We started doing Irving Zisman on Jackass, the TV show. Spike had done some old age makeup with Tony Gardner, and he suggested we do it, and that's where it started. And the inspiration, there's a lot of my father's sayings in Irving and a lot of mannerisms, but basically he's a more perverted version of myself. Paramount suggested it over 8 years ago, and a few years after that, we thought, well, if we were going to do a whole movie with the Irving Zisman character, how would we do it? And we kind of landed on, well, I think we'd have to have a loose narrative and a paper moon type narrative. I get a kid at a funeral, I'm taking him all the way across country and drop him off with his father. Because you can't stay in one town when you're doing a prank movie. You'll get found out and then it's very tough, so we just bounced around. I found the little angel Jackson Nickel on a movie called Fun Size. I shot in Cleveland. He was in it, and he was 7, and he just comes up to me and says, "I saw your movie," talking about Jackass. I said, it's pretty silly. Oh, by silly you mean stupid? And he just insulted me the whole time and hit me in the zipper, and I had anticipated just using him for Jackass. Because he's fearless, and kids get scared sometimes when they're pranking adults, but not him. So, yeah, he did amazing. It would take 3 hours every day to become Irving. 5 hours if I wore the chest and back, and the last 2 hours standing up. That's a drag, the 5-hour deal. But that only happened twice. I erased those scenes out of the movie after. But just getting in the makeup process. You know, the makeup guys, they would say really awful things, and then Amanda, the girl that was with me every day, she would say awful things, and through the makeup process and everyone just being terrible, I slowly became an old pervert, and it was really easy around those guys. My favorite scene from the movie, I believe, is the beauty pageant. It's one of the best things we ever shot, Jackass films included. Jackson had to spend 2 months learning the dance routine, and he had to not only be a little girl, but he had to be really convincing. If his cover was blown, the whole bit was blown. And so he really dedicated himself to that, and the whole bit was on his shoulders. And for an 8-year-old to pull that off is unbelievable. So I was really proud of that scene in the movie and proud of Jackson for the way he executed it. I think you're going to be surprised most about how invested you are in the relationship between the grandfather and the grandson, Irving and Billy. The same spirit and sweetness that the Jackass cast has in the Jackass movies. Billy and I have that same kind of bond, and yeah, it really works. The story really works.